Welcome back, everyone! This is Jaroditis, bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 60. 60? 60. Yeah, it's 60, right? Yeah, it's 60. You'd think I wouldn't have just finished recording 59. Anyway, I have cleared this place out just a little bit, and this is my island of greatness. I have decided to go ahead and outline this. I used living rock brick, which is actually really, pretty decent looking brick, and I've made this into a 25 by 25 space. Okay, this is going to be the basis for my, how did I call it last episode? My blood magic botanical Thaumic. Yeah, I think that's what I called it. Quarry. My blood. My Thaumic Blood-Botanical Quarry. Yes, there we go. Thaumic Blood-Botanical Quarry. I think I'll try to remember that and name the episode that. Thaumic Blood-Botanical Quarry. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so anyway, I've got this area laid out, and we're going to go ahead back to the overworld, and we're going to start getting things put together. This is going to require quite a few things, and hopefully I'll be able to get this all put together this episode. First thing we're going to be doing is getting myself some glass. I've got my 10 Cakemuruses, and I've been making some sparks. We're going to be using the Cakemurus and the sparks. We're going to use quite clear glass. Seems like a good enough thing to use, although I'll probably need more than this. This is a good start, though. Let's see. Yeah, we're about out of that. That's fine. We're also going to need to change these Cakemuruses into floating Cakemuruses because we don't want to actually use them as they are. Alright, so for this, we're going to need to make some normal floating flowers. Let's see. Oh, that's right, they do have to be glimmering flowers, don't they? Glimmering? Any of these glimmering? Nope. I forgot about them having to be glimmering flowers. And let's see, glowstone. I completely forgot that this had to be done this way. Glimmering, glimmering. Need a total of 10 of these, so thankfully I happen to have some extra flowers just laying around. Glimmering, glimmering, mystical. And mystical. I think that's all I've got now, so and then we'll just substitute these in one at a time. Hopefully I'll have enough pasture seeds. So that's at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somehow I missed that one. 7. Okay, sure. I guess I've only got 7. That's alright. We can just put that there and that there. And these are turning these into floating Cakemuruses. Basically, it makes it so they have their own little floating island of stuff, so you don't actually have to have a dirt block for them to be placed on, which is actually going to be very important for the build that I'm doing. The other thing we're going to have to do is, well, actually, I don't need to worry about sleeping through the night at all. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and see what kind of conduits we have, because we're going to be needing some item conduits, and we're going to need some redstone conduits, and we're going to need ourselves a clock. Well, we could use a clock, or we could use a timer. I've already got clocks, so we're going to do that. Alrighty, we're also going to need some block placers. We have 1. I think I want a total of 4. Lucky for me, when I was digging out the area, I actually happened to run into some iron. So that doesn't count as manual mining, but because, I ran into it while clearing the spot for the, Thaumic Blood-Botanical Quarry. I think I said that right. Anyway, so let's see. We've got these. We got this. We got this. We got these. We need to get a couple more of the floating Cakemuruses. We're going to need some mana spreaders for starters. We're actually going to need quite a few mana spreaders. Let's see, what do we have for that? If I can, type. Okay, we have 4 mana spreaders normal. Nope. Got to do better than that. Let's see. Mana petals. There we go. How many of these can we make? 1. Oh. Oh, crap. I'm out of elementium? That's not good. Okay. I need to make a couple of flowers. Specifically, we're going to be making... I was looking at the Flugel Tiara, but I can't make it yet because I haven't been to the end. I really want to get my creative mode flight on, but I don't want to use the extra utilities version. But I have to find the end to do the one for this, so, meh. Okay, let's see. What was I looking at? Functional flora. I need to build an exoflame, which shouldn't be too hard. Actually, not very hard at all. And Rune of Summer and Rune of Fire, I can request those, no big deal. I'm going to need 1 exoflame. And I'm also going to need some orchids. I'm going to make 4 orchids. This is a very complicated crafting recipe. So let's see. I'm going to get some of this stuff together, and I'll be right back. We'll craft these up. Alrighty, ready to make some flowers. And let's get the Rod of the Seas out real quick. This is actually going to be quite a bit of stuff here. This took a while to get together, actually. Oh yeah, and before I forget, 2 of these need to become mana. What happened to the second one? Ah, there it is. Alright, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is craft the exoflame, which should be that, like that. Oh. One of those, and then that. Okay, what did I do wrong? Exoflame, exoflame. Fire, summer, mystical red, 2 red mana, a light gray, and a gray. That sure looks right to me. But apparently it's not. Okay. That's the Rune of Summer. Rune of Fire. Okay, let's try this all over again. Mystical light gray. Mystical gray. Ah, that's what I did wrong. Well, not what I did wrong, what the stupid game did wrong. Thank you. Now it's gonna work. Like that. Yeah, see, that worked out nicely. Alright, and now we're gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a seed. Seriously, guys, what have I got wrong this time? I swear I've got this recipe right. Okay, maybe I don't. Orchid. Okay. Rune of Sloth, Rune of Pride. Red, green, yellow, light blue. I bet I've got the blue instead of the light blue. Dadgummit, I do. Hang on. Let's try this again, shall we? Alright. Yay! It likes me. Alright, now we just gotta do that 3 more times. Because reasons. See, this is why I needed to program in more advanced flowers into the flower builder, because this is a pain. Oh, I guess I should fill that first, huh? But we just haven't gotten there yet. Hooray! Now we've got 4 orchids. I see what you did there. And 1 exoflame. We need to go change these into floating flowers as well. These may or may not need to be floating flowers, but I'm not taking a chance, so we're going to go ahead and change them into floating flowers. So, also in between, I went ahead and made myself some more floating things, so we can just change these over really easily. There's the orchid. Get out of there. How did that wind up as an exoflame? I don't know. Oh, man. Okay, well, I get, or the, whatever, endoflame. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and need some furnaces. We're just going to use normal vanilla furnaces for this because I can. And we're also going to need, let's just say, yeah, we should probably go with 4 of these as well. And they are the things. This, igneous extruders. Because I can never remember. Oh, I have an extra igneous extruder. Well, let's make a couple more. What are we missing? Machine frame. No. Okay. We're just missing the copper gears. Dadgummit. Stop giving me the kind of gears. Thank you. Let's see. Total of 6 more gears. And how about some just normal machine frames, please? There we go. And of course, we're missing the copper gear. Tin gear, whatever. Running low on iron. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. There we go. What am I missing now? Oh, pistons. Two. What? 1, 2, 3. Did I not make enough machine frames? Oh, I didn't go back and make the last one. I knew that. Alright, cool. So now we have the igneous extruders. Let's see. We've got that. We've got this. We should be able to go ahead and get the basic setup set up over in the other world. I will need a couple buckets of lava, though. How many buckets do I have handy? 1. Great. You know what? Ugh, turn that off. You're coming with me. Alright, so I think we have enough to make the basic setup over here. And we'll then come back, finish the setup, and hopefully get this thing running this episode. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and put the orchids here. Let's see. We're going to have that there. Got this all worked out in my head. I just got to put it out in place now. Let's be right about here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. This is exactly the center of 25. So we're going to place the orchids here. Except not that one. There and there. Let's see. Let's grab this out of here. Actually, let's just grab all of it. Well, not quite all of this. Let's grab all of this out of here. And we should be able to go ahead and, let's see, placing a mana pool here. Yeah, that should work. And we're going to go ahead and dig a hole here. Hopefully this won't be too much trouble. Although, that's not going to work very well. The angles are going to be off. We'll just move it out a little bit further. Yeah, I think this will work. I think. Alright. Yep. Should be able to go down here. And we should be able to place the block placer. Nope, need to go down one further. Should be able to place the block placer here. Yep, and that makes the block placer face upwards. Excellent. Alright, so that means we now need to put 3 more block placers. Like that. And then we can go ahead and place these here, and then find our way out. Excellent. Alright, so now also while we're down here, we're going to go ahead and place a little bit more stuff. Let's see, we're going to have the item conduits and the redstone conduits. Let's see, how do I want to place these? We're going to put the... Yeah, sure, let's put these over here. We're going to put 4 of the vanilla furnaces down over here. Like that. And we're going to put the igneous extruders back behind them here. Alrighty. And let's see, so where's my bucket? There's my bucket. 1 water. Like that. And then we should be able to go ahead and put lava, 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 and lava. Excellent. So now those are functioning as I want them to. Don't need that anymore, but we'll leave it there for the moment. Then we can go ahead and set up our item conduits. Send these over here. And we're going to go ahead and attach them each to a furnace. Alright, I need my Yeta wrench, and I'm going to need more item conduits before this is all said and done. That's okay, I'll go back and craft them here in a minute. We're going to go ahead and separate these out to make sure that each of these only goes to each furnace. Just like that. Alrighty. So now we can go ahead and tell this thing to output out the top and do nothing out the rest. Alright, let me configure the rest of these, and I'm going to go make some more item conduits, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, got myself some more item conduits. Got this stuff set up right here. Oops, I kind of forgot to change these to insert, but whichever, that's fine. Which, by the way, vanilla furnaces can be inserted and extracted from as long as you know which sides they are allowed to have stuff go in and out of. So, change this to always active, always active. Always active, and always active. There we go. So these should now be filling up. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very nice. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place another mana pool over here. Hopefully this is not going to be, yeah, good. The orchids are bound to this mana pool because it was placed first. Good, so now we're going to drop this on here. Yes, good, on there. Very nice. And this should go ahead and give me some mana to get this process started. Now, the Exoflame, in case you guys looked in the book, the Exoflame uses a little bit of mana, and it powers any nearby furnaces, giving them the ability to cook things, and it also gives them a slight speed boost. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right here, and you're going to watch all these furnaces pop on. Bingo. That simple. Now, it's going to use a little bit of mana, but it is going to infinitely cook up stone as long as there's mana available for it to use, which is actually really nice. And the tablet's empty already. Good. That's fine. This one can actually, it can use up all this mana. It's getting the smooth stone ready for me to go. All right, so now we're going to go over here, and we're going to plunder our way through, dadgummit sand. Alright, so we should be able to go ahead and chop through these. And we should be able to go ahead and hook up our item conduits here. And they are going to go ahead and extract from there and place into here. So we'll change this to insert. Change this to insert. Now, realistically, I might care to actually put these as separate things, one for each, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. in theory, we're going to be making stone faster than we're going to be using it. So extract, always active, always, thank you. I don't know why it does that, but, oh yeah, the one time I expect it to take 2 clicks, it doesn't. Sounds about right. Alright, so now these should be filling up with smooth stone. Actually, this one will get most of it first. Excellent. Alright, so this can go ahead and process while we're working here. And we'll start filling this up with smooth stone. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in the redstone conduit. Switch this, 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 and this. Okay, I'm not even sure how I just did that, but sure. What? Oh, because I was holding shift because reasons and stuff. There, and we don't need that there. But we can go ahead and place our redstone clock down. Alright, so where's my Yeta wrench? We're going to configure this down is going to be in and out strong signal. So now it's pulsing those. Excellent. So now this, we're going to switch over to redstone in and out strong signal, and that should, yep, place smooth stone. Excellent. So now we'll configure the rest of these to do the same. I always use strong signal. I don't really know if it's necessary, but I'm going to because I don't want to take a chance. Alright, so, no. This one. Alright, so now, if we take, crud. Yeah, there we go. I think that's right. Let's take half of everything it's got here. Put some there. Good, that places. And then over here, we're going to put some here, and that places, and then there, and that places. Excellent. All right, so that finishes this section of it, because now we have infinite cobblestone being infinitely cooked into smoothstone and being infinitely placed here. So then the orchids will then change these randomly into ores once we give it some mana. Alright, so now we got to get going, getting the mana set up, and I forgot the spreaders. So give me just a second, and, well, actually, while we're standing right here, let's go ahead and do this. This needs to be water. That should change all that. And now we should be able to, by going through right here, all you gotta do is come across here, and we will have the entire thing convert into source blocks. Go, my pretties. Booyah! All source blocks. Isn't that awesome? That was really cool. Alright, so now I need... Let's see. I need to go back out. This mana is going to last a long time. That's good. So these will get filled up while this is working, and while I get some other stuff together. I need to get my quite clear glass. And I need to go ahead and build up my external area here, because we're going to be putting stuff on top of everything else. So let me get rid of this stuff. Let me build up my exterior here, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I ran out of clear glass, and I'm cooking up more as we speak. I went ahead and stole my mana spreaders from over in my current Botania area, and I will get them replaced soon. But I'm going ahead and making the absolute best mana spreader that exists, the Gaia mana spreader. And I'm going to make as many as I can make, because I'm going to need more. So, let's see, can we make some more of these now? I think we can. Let's see, I'm going to need more petals. Mana petals, there we go. I realistically would want... Yeah, we'll go with 10 for now, just because this will be expanded upon. Just understand that. And that makes a total of 10. And we've got some of the mana lenses from over there. I want to make more mana lenses, but I'm just not going to have the materials at this point. However, we will come back and do that here in just a minute. For the moment, we can go ahead and get over there and get some of this set up. But first, before we go back, because next time I go back to that dimension, we're going to have this thing functioning before I leave that dimension again. I hope, because God knows I'm going to forget something else. All right, I've got 3 sparks. I really needed 4, but I kind of ran it. Well, you know what? Let's just do that real quick. Let's just step down here and kill a blaze real quick. All right, so while we're waiting for the blaze to spawn, I am going to need my Thaumic. By the way, for a reference point, you guys did not take that long to spawn. But that's okay. You gave me what I wanted first try, so hooray. Here, sag mill. Break those down. Make me some sparks. Some mana petals. They have to be actual mana petals. There we go. 1 more spark. Awesome. All right, so in the Thauminomicon, we're going to be looking into the Thaumic Tinkerer section. Okay? In the Thaumic Tinkerer section, by the way, I changed my configuration file to make it so that every single possible research can be bought just by, you just buy it instead of doing the minigame. I really did not want to go through the minigame so many times anymore because, first off, I was going to do it off camera, and second off, I don't like doing it that much. So, in the Thaumic Tinkering section, the Gaseous Illuminae, is open from the beginning. Once you learn that, it unlocks the Hyper-Energetic Nitor. And once you unlock the Hyper-Energetic Nitor, you have the Elemental Fires that are unleashed. Well, they're open. I'm going to unleash them. All right? And we're going to need to make ourselves 2 of the Elemental Fires. I really only need 1. I might only make 1, but I'll tell you about both. Okay? First off, the Elemental Fire Perdito. Okay? This is the anti-fire, okay? As it says here, this fire acts like an antidote of sorts. Your elemental fires have gotten out of control. You can let loose this specially designed flame and it'll rip the magic out of the elemental fire, returning it to a normal fire, okay? So if you're going to use these fires at all, ever, you have got to make sure you keep some of this Perdito fire around, okay? If you accidentally let this other fires loose in your world, it can literally burn your entire world down. So you need to be able to control these, okay? Because I'm not exactly sure that I can control these all together, that is why we are making this on an island out in the middle of nothingness. It can burn to its heart's content, and I will not be horribly upset by it doing so, okay? So we're going to be using the elemental fire of air, okay? Suspension of disbelief is a useful skill. Haha. All right, elemental fire air. Everyone likes deserts, right? Well, this fire, when let loose on the world, turns everything into a desert. That's almost like desert. Good enough, right? Or did I say that wrong? Desert. Either way. The point is that this fire, when set loose in the world, will turn any block it encounters, any block it burns, into its desert-like form. It will turn dirt into sand and so on. Okay? I believe it turns stone into sandstone. I'm not sure on that one, though. Anyway, so we're going to need an air shard, and we're going to need 5 air, 5 fire, and 5 magic in the crucible. Okay, so we should be able to do that rather easily. I'm just going to use the elemental shards. We should be able to anyway. Let's see. So we're going to need fire. Oh, it's not going to show me these. Or did I? Oh, I got to rescan everything. I forgot. Well, we should be able to do that and that. Where's my thermometer? I hate when it makes me rescan everything. It's very annoying. Alright, so we should be able to do this with just the fire and that, if I'm seeing this correctly. Let's see. 5 air, 5 fire, and 5 magic. This is going to be... Okay, so 5 of these, and then 3 of these should make it function. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and make one of these because this is the next step. Put that away, and get this out. Let's see. I think I've got it up on this level. Nope, 1 level higher. Nope, that's in the air. Okay, yep, there's the crucible. Excellent. Where's my bucket? Unfortunately, the, oh, that's right. The thing, dadgummit. The Rod of the Seas, will not fill the crucible, so that's kind of a disadvantage. But anyway, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that should have gotten me the catalyst. There we go. Air imbued fire. Excellent. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make an extra. Excellent. And we only left a huge amount of problems there that I will just care about at some other time. All right, cool. So now we have our air imbued fire. Now I need a piece of dirt, just so I can show you the beginning of this. And I need to go and put away this other stuff. All right, good. We're running out of time for the episode. I really want to get this working this episode, so we may just go ahead and run over. Yeah, we're going to run over. It's just going to happen. It's okay. Y'all can get over it. I forgot the extra glass. That's okay. Whatever. All right, so from here, we're going to go ahead and start putting this together. How did I wind up off center? Oh, never mind. It's this one that's on center. Never mind. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and put one mana pool right. That's not going to work the way I want to. I need a little bit of stuff. Hang on a second. I have plans for this to be much larger than I have the resources for right now, so I'm planning ahead of time for that. And I forgot that I've never put stairs up right here. Dang. Okay, you go there. Let me up. Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh, cool. I even placed that in line. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to put this up 1, 2, up 3, and we're going to go ahead and place the mana pool here. All right, that should work. Oh, wait, before I go and do that. Dadgummit. I really have to learn to fly. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and put a spark on this one. And we're going to go ahead and leave this one normal. All right, we're going to put a spark on top of this one. And we're going to go ahead and put a dominant spark augment on this one. That meaning that this one will always get all the mana sucked into it. Okay? That's going to be a problem. Well, no, it's okay. I can deal with that. No big deal. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and break this part. And we're going to go ahead and get our floating Kekmurises ready to roll. All right, so we've got 10 of these. And we're going to go ahead and place these in a spread out manner. For the moment, I guess I'm just going to put them here, here, here. Yeah, that should be good. 4 on that side. And that is, whatever. I'll get the symmetry at some other time. But we're going to go ahead and put them here. Oops, no, here. Here, here, and here. And then that's those 4. We'll go ahead and put the second row. And yes, I'm going to have an entire second row all the way here in the back. Alright, now that we have those, let's go ahead and get our mana spreaders put out. 1 mana spreader per Kekmuris. I probably don't need quite this much, but it's what I'm doing. Alright, and then there, and there. Alright, so now we got to point all the mana spreaders up at this. Excellent. Bind mode, thank you. And eventually I'm going to fill this entire area with Kekmurises and mana spreaders. So, okay, that one's bound to that one. That one to that one, please. Thank you. That one to that one. No, that one to that one. That one to that one. That one to that one. Excellent. Good. You to you. You to you. You to you, and you to you. Excellent. There we go. All right, so let's see. Where have we got? Here we go. We got these. So we're going to put this one here, here, there, and there. Now keep in mind, I will be putting these into full use over time. It's just going to take me a little bit. All right, so let's see. Let's break a hole right here so I can get in and out. And we should be good to go ahead and put this into use. Let's just put the block right there. And now comes the really fun part. What happens to happen when you place this is actually very interesting. We're going to go ahead and right-click this right here, and as you can see, we now have air imbued fire. Okay, that air imbued fire is going to spread exponentially. Okay, basically it burns for a little bit of time in the block that it's in, and then it spreads to adjacent blocks. Okay, now it may not look like it's doing anything, but when the fire is burning on water, you can't actually see anything happening. But when it does burn a source block, it turns that source block into cake. Isn't that cool? So it turns deserts into dessert. Ha 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 ha. So now what we have is cake. Now the cake Amurus just ate that cake, and when the cake disappeared, the water flowed back and created another source block. Okay, so this will eternally burn and will eternally produce cake. Isn't that cool? So now, this is flowing up to there. That one needs... Now, wait a second. Oh, it is actually working. It's just incredibly slow at the moment. Okay, so basically, these cake Maruses are eating the cake. The Gaia mana spreaders are shooting up to here. The mana that's gathering here is instantly being teleported down to there, and the orchids are taking it. Okay, so basically, we have a infinite mana factory because each time a cake is eaten, the water flows back and then gets set on fire again by the fire that's eternally spreading. So now we have eternal mana being put into the orchids, and eventually the orchids will get enough mana in them to... What? Oh, it's filling in all the blocks underneath. What a pain. Hang on, we'll be back. Okay, so I drained my personal band of mana, the greater band of mana, into this and made it work really quickly for right now. And as you can see, we have, well, we've got a bit of cake. So this is going to go ahead and function. All right, so now we're basically creating ores out of nothing, and it's eternal. Now, the biggest problem that we have is we actually have to stand here and mine this ourselves. And I said this was going to be automatic. Mining it myself is not automatic. We're not doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and step back over to the overworld, and we're going to grab just a couple more items, and we're going to finish fully automating this. Now, keep in mind, in between episodes, I'm going to take some of the fruits from this, and I'm going to go ahead and expand it and get more cake Maruses out and get the mana spreaders put together, because it can be done so much better than it currently is, and it's actually kind of funny. But let's see. Oh, wait, I don't need to be over here. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I need an ender chest. Please tell me I don't have the stuff. I gotta go kill some more blazes. Blarg. Okay, whatever. I'll deal with that in a minute. It doesn't have to be an ender chest for the moment. But what we do need is the blood magic section of this. Alright, storage over here. Can place dusk runes, thank you. Master ritual stone. Uh-oh. Blood runes. Ritual stones is fine, but I needed 2 masters. That's okay, we'll make another one real quick. Or not. Ritual stones. Master ritual stone, go. Ah, crud. And a blood orb, please. Okay, I either made that wrong, and I did. Okay, did I just... Okay, no, I just don't have the right tier blood orb. That's fine. How about it? There we go. 2 master ritual stones, and put that back. Alright, and back we go. And this is where we put in the final bit of automation. Oh, wait, I need to grab a chest. Diamond chest seems like a good idea. And... this is not working out how I wanted it to. Ah! I was supposed to have more than this, but I ran out of iron. Wow, you can actually hear the fire burning at this point. I wonder how much of it got loose. I don't see any outside of this, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Wow, I really got to get more cake Maris's. Ah, crap, I fell in. I really got to get more cake Maris's going here because right now the fire is burning so much faster than anything else. Now, the theory is that this glass is going to contain the fire. It may or may not. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. I built this place specifically so it wouldn't make a difference. So, yeah, there's that. All right, good. So let's not use obsidian. Let's use the sand. Here we go. Over this one should be fine. Going up, and we're going to go ahead and place the Master Ritual Stone. All right, now on this Master Ritual Stone, we're going to go ahead and use... I forgot my ritual activation sigil thing. Nether Green Grove, Introduction, Containment, Binding, Unbinding, High Jump, Magnetism. Okay, the Ritual of Magnetism. And we're going to go ahead and place this in. The Ritual of Magnetism is actually a really cool ritual. It doesn't take all that much to do. But once you activate it, it basically will... Please tell me I have this in here. And I don't. Crap. Hang on. Alrighty, got it. And here we go. When we right-click this... a rush of energy flows through it, and as you can see, we are now sucking up ores. Isn't that cool? So basically what this does is it scans beneath itself and brings any ores up from underneath into this area, okay? And that's actually a really cool thing for it to do. But that's not all it does. Well, actually, that is all that does. We're going to move forward, and we're going to use the next one on the list, Ritual of the Crusher. All right, we're going to let this work for just a second here. We want to let it build up just a little bit more. One more in the center, please. I said the center. Anyway, as you can see, it's sucking up ores from underneath, which is actually really cool. It's even sucking up the ores that it had earlier. But first, let's go ahead and put the Ritual of the Crusher here. The Ritual of the Crusher is going to take from beneath it, and it is going to put items, it's going to break the ores and put them in a chest that sits on top of the Master Ritual Stone. I want it to be an ender chest, but, well, that just didn't happen. So now we activate this ritual. Rush of energy flows through this. And when we look in here, look at it go. Yeehaw, baby. Alright, so basically what's happening, let's go down here where you can see this real quick. The ritual here is sucking ores up from the smooth stone below, and then the ritual above that is breaking those ores and putting them in the chest. Then over here, we have this is making cobblestone, which is being cooked into smooth stone, which is being put in the block placers. The block placers are placing the blocks here, and then that is smooth stone that the orchids are then seeing and saying, hey, we can do something with that. And it's putting random ores in there. And then, as the random ores are generated, they're sucked up, broken, and kept. So now, as long as this mana pool has mana, we are getting ores generated out of nothing. And because, my god, look at the cake. Holy crap, I've got to get this fixed up where it works better. Anyway, so we now have infinite ores, and this is working wonderfully. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the episode here. I'm going to let this run for just a little bit. Okay, and then, because I need the iron. And I'm going to go ahead and finish filling out the glass top here. I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch more Gaia spreaders. And I'm going to go ahead and make more mana lenses and more orchids. And at the beginning of next episode, I'm going to show you this thing in full function. Alright? Oh yeah, and by the way, we should probably chunk load this because we want this to run all the time. So, I am going to go ahead and toss the chunk loader right here because why not? Actually, I'll probably move that, but whatever. And we should be good to go. And that's it for this episode. We have now made infinite ores. So until next time, this is Journitis signing off on episode 60 of my Let's Play series. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what we get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming!